The world's largest aircraft has been unveiled in England now. This is a really incredible story. This aircraft is part helicopter, part airship, part plane. Now, it can reach a top speed of about 100 miles per hour, and it can stay in flight for nearly 3 weeks. So this is something that's just remarkable. Why this is possible is because it's much like a Zeppelin. The shape it is held up by helium, so it doesn't require the same propulsion systems that you would necessarily have in a plane or even a helicopter, which has to maintain its constant elevation with just power, whereas the helium does a lot of the work for the plane. And what is very interesting about this 300-foot aircraft, they suspect that it will be able to transport about 50 tons of cargo. And this is great. They talk about this being able to reach hard-to-reach areas in Canada and Africa and different countries. But more importantly, what's very interesting about this is that they claim that for every doubling of the length of the vehicle, of the length of the aircraft, would result in an increase of 8 times in the amount of tons being transported. So essentially, if this aircraft, from my understanding, is 300 feet long, if they could double that to 600 feet, that 50 tons would turn into 400 tons. So that is an incredible amount of weight to be moving through the air, and it shows the technology really is working for the betterment of humanity, at least in some ways, maybe not necessarily always. Hybrid Air Vehicles, HAV, this is the company Hybrid Air Vehicles Limited, which produced and came up with this vehicle. It's being housed in England, as I said, in the United Kingdom, and it roughly costs about $50 million or 30 million pounds for this project to be completed. So it's not cheap. We don't always have to take so many steps forward. We don't always have to produce something that gets us there faster, quicker, and stronger. This aircraft, only goes 100 miles per hour at its top speed, like I said, exponentially smaller than the 600, 700, 800 miles per hour that potentially some jets go in the passenger aircraft. So that would be seen as a step back technologically. But when you look at the way in which this was developed, the technology used, it's an alternative technology. This isn't for passenger, extreme service. This is not going to be used to get people from point A to point B as quick as possible, but it will be able to get people from point A to point B in a very scenic, enjoyable ride. That is one potential of it, but more importantly, the ability to transport immense amounts of weight across huge distances. So it's an interesting story. One to keep your eye on to see if these vehicles will be hovering over our skies someday soon.